Check 312. Somehow we are live. Yeah, we are live. It is very late at night. It's like 1:30 in the morning. I was just doing the thumbnail. Not the thumbnail, the tweet. On the other show, on the main channel, it doesn't go straight live like that. There's a delay. Oh no. Live on YouTube. I've got some stuff to show you. Now, open brackets, late night, close brackets, Nicola Bulley. That was classic, wasn't it? Nicola Bulley CCTV problems, let's just say that, exclamation point. And then, let's open up YouTube. Let's go onto my channel. There it is. Copy that. Is it quiet? No, I just got it turned down. All right. Copy that. Place it in. Shh. I put shh. It late. Sweet. Okay. Okay. Let me full screen this up because this is the thing. This is the one where I fixed the jump. Yeah. So, we've got some problems in this CCTV. First of all, what I've been doing a little bit ago is I've got another computer. It's a Mac computer. I can't stream it. I can, actually. I can stream it off the Mac. But the editing software and the streaming at the same time, bit heavy for it. Do you remember this CCTV video? I'll show you the original first, quickly. The original. I mean, I say the original. Why is there an advert on it? See, Send Trees is not monetized. This channel, Send Trees, that I'm looking at this on, is not monetized. But anyway, look. This is the video, and it jumps like that. Do you remember we were looking at it? It jumps. Oosh, just there. And I said, oosh, just there. So what you're looking at here is, you see the background of my stream. If I turn off this entirely, my background will still be here. Let me just show you this. See how my background is here? This is my background. And when I turn it on, you see how at the edge my background is still there? It's a bit different though, isn't it? Look, you see how it changes? That's because on this upload of the CCTV, my background is around as a border. When I look at their video, like you're looking at it now, I can resize it. Look, watch. Whee! On my screen. That's how I got the original. Oh, don't go too far over there. Come back. Wonder why I did that. Messing me about now. I had it all nicely lined up and now it's messing me about. Hang on. Anyway, the point is that you see my border because I take a window that I'm watching and I move it onto my broadcasting software and I resize the window however I see fit to fit on the broadcasting software. Sometimes it's in a frame. Sometimes it's in a frame. Let me pop out the chat so I can keep an eye on that. And yeah, so I watched Grizzly True Crime and I recorded what I was watching screen on my broadcasting software as you're seeing it broadcast through my computer. Recorded it. And now we've just got the little original. It is going through layers now, isn't it? And we said, oh, this has been edited. You know, we said there's problems with it. Like all this, obviously, that Ghastly Crew did herself. This editing. We didn't like it. She put a watermark on it and stuff. It's been edited. And then we said as well that there's this jump in the video there. Now, this is really important. What you can see at the right-hand side is a black line. That's on the video that she showed us. The black line. When I move my thing around, you might see, like if I didn't have my background on, which I'll turn off now, and I move this around, you can see a black line there now, can't you, on my right-hand side of my screen? So I could make that black line happen through the way I screen record it if I move it like that. There's the black line now. So if you're watching it and I move it, oh, there's a black line now. You know, I can make those lines appear. There is one on this video, which either suggests it's been moved in the edit, someone's taken a cut, and then they've taken this frame and it doesn't line up properly, so they've moved it so that it lines up properly visually, and then or that's happened in the recording. But we said there's a problem with that jump. So what I've done is I've edited out the jump. So there's the jump. We know there's a jump, yeah? Got the results, chatting, doing the football results in chat. It's quite cool. So that's the original with the jump. Let's see it without the jump now. And this is hugely problematic. And there's more problems because I've been watching and looking and watching and looking on my editing software. And there's more problems. So first of all, I had to put watermarks in this because, of course, somebody was ripping down my videos from this channel. I edit them, Sentries uploads them, and Armchair Detective downloads them and then uploads them to his channel. Well, he's only done it once. So I put a watermark in there. But this is the same video, right? But without the jump. So all I've done is where that jump happened and we saw it, and because the screen literally goes acrossways like that, and it creates a black line at the side. And it creates a black line. So what I did was I stopped where it jumped, I cut, and then I moved the screen back to where it's supposed to go. So the black line was there and it went, and it created a black line. I moved it back to where it's supposed to go. So I didn't change the time, the speed, the amount of frames or anything like that. All I did is moved it back to where it's supposed to go, so it no longer will appear to jump. Watch. See how something changes though? Watch this. See how something changes? Can you spot what's changing? The black line on the right hand side I'm creating because in the edit I've moved the thing. Yeah? I've done that. But on the left hand side, do you notice, look, between the two frames here on the left hand side above my head here, above my head, the line changes about the amount of background you can see. If I turn off my background, I don't think my background is off. What it is it's hard for me to kind of explain in words, but it should be easy for me. It's because it's late night. See this bit here where this pipe goes up? This pipe goes up here behind this electrical box. This pipe goes up. So I was just literally reading comments on my phone, and so I think someone's left a comment to this effect. I wasn't quite sure exactly what, but I think this is what they meant. So check this out. Look, like when the jump happens, you can see much more of the wall. You can see this part of the wall here, and then the jump, and it disappears. So this part of the screen gets cut off. Obviously behind it is my background when I recorded it, but that's not right, is it? The actual frame changes when it jumps. I mean, we knew it did because it moved, but I didn't know it moved and we lost, like, you know, part of it on the side. The bin doesn't move. We gain an extra, like, we don't gain any extra pixels on the right hand side. We gain no extra information on the right hand side. It just goes from black to blue where my editing software, where I cut it and moved it. But on the left hand side, we gain and lose information on the frame. Between the bit where it jumped and the before and after, so to speak. Now, while I'm flicking this, you'll see something else huge as well. In this before and after. Can you see the colour? I'm going to turn my face off for this because my face isn't as important here. But this is massive. Like, really massive this is. Late night, B-side channel. Turn off the camera. So, when she closes, look at the difference in colour in this area. The colour. You see the difference in all the colour? On the right hand side now, this side, option 2, later on in the frame, it's all green and yellow. And then it goes blue and dark. See the difference? It's almost like the sun's come out. Now it could be that the sun's come out. I mean, it might be that. Mightn't it? Mightn't it? Are there any other indications the sun has come out? Where would the sun be at this time in the morning? Is the sun overcast? I remember looking at the weather reports that got sent to me. People literally sent me weather reports after we were saying, is it frosty on this day? It was 2 degrees in the morning, very cold. Not frosty, but 2 degrees. I mean, it might have been frosty at 2 degrees. But it wasn't sunny. So it's very clear when I'm skipping between these chunks of frame here. Now that I've lined them up properly, you'll see the armchair, you'll see the grizzly thing, her thing, yeah? This is a good indication. You see her thing, yeah? In the middle there. Look at that, it moves between... You see how much shift there was in the image? And that amount of shift is how much you're losing on the left-hand side between the two. So these are two... Like, that's been done in the edit. I don't... Like, who's done this? Who's done this? Why? Like, it's not Grizzly Crimes edit, because her watermark would... be like, her watermark is also moving now that I've fixed it. So she laid her watermark over the top of the previously edited footage. You can even see all those blurry things move as well. Like, they all change, which is a problem. Someone said it might be the blurring software that does it, but I don't know any software that would deliberately put a black bar on the side of your image, which is what happened, which is the black bar is on the right hand side of this image. I don't know any editing software that would make a black bar appear on your image. Like, it would zoom. The way it does it for stabilization is it zooms in so you don't get the black bars on the either side. The car blocks the light from the middle of the girl, because Nicola blocks the light. Right, okay, so this is interesting, right? Talking about blocking light, this is something I want to show. I'm going to play it, and as we go through, I just want to focus on a couple of areas. So I'm going to bring in my zoomed in part. Don't need my face for this, but I need my second zoomed in part. Oh, why is that so massive now? I'm in the wrong place. What's happened to this? I had this all prepared. What's going on with this? Jeez, it's huge, this window now. Come on. Sorry about this, everyone. Thought I had this prepared, and I'm working on 2 monitors, and my second monitor is just an old telly, so it's not perfect setup. If I could just make this a bit smaller. Actually, what if I do edit, transform, reset? That's better. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this section underneath the car. I'm going to try and include Nicola in it, but we're going to really zoom in. Right, so this section underneath the car, that's this section, and I'm going to make it really big. You know, trying to make it as big as possible. And what it is that I see a colour difference. So as the character moves to the right and out of frame, we see it brighten up. You see it brighten up like that, yeah? And it brightens up to the green. Now, is she moving out of the sun and it's allowing it to brighten up? If that were the case, if it was her shadow that's being cast, let me just move through really, you know, frame by frame now. Okay. So we start moving. The boot goes down. And I see the colour change as the boot goes down, yeah? First bit of colour change. The shadow, almost, or something. Right there, it starts to lighten up. It's almost like a sharp, brightening spot. And it happens on these bricks here. See that? They brighten up like in a row there. That patch changes brightness. See that? I'm going backwards and forwards over it here. That patch changes brightness, and then as we move forward and she steps away, it gets brighter underneath the car. And then as she's moved away now as she's further away, and we carry on, and it changes colour here. So that last change, that last colour change there, you can see between that frame there and that frame there, as I go back and forward between the two of them, there's a marked colour differential on the floor. This is more blue, this is more yellow. So it's not Nicola. It could be the sun coming out. If it's the sun coming out, Wouldn't it be consistent in the frame? Wouldn't everything change? Wouldn't the reflection on the roof of the car start to get brighter? I'm confused. Like, you might tell me it's just the sun. You might tell me it's just the sun. I might be wrong. Saturation changes, but it doesn't appear to change for everything. It's more on the stones on the floor that I'm seeing this than anything else. Let's go take it back and just play it again. We've got another huge issue, right? I'm going to turn off the big zoom in, and we're just going to show you another huge issue, which is this. See that jump, right? I didn't jump the time. The frame, I need my face in it because I'm holding up my hands again. This is just for the hardcore who actually want to solve the case, this one, right? The frame moves like that. So there's this black bar on that far side. Can I never point the right way? That far side, there's a black bar as the thing moves, and we lose information above my head, right? So you've got that happens, and I fixed that. So that moment that the bar comes in, that there, right? That moment where the bars change on the left. When you watch the original, what you see is the frame jumps. Like, it moves to the side, so it throws you a little bit. But when I put it side by side like that, bang on over the top, you don't see any movement in the rest of the shot, do you? You know, you don't see the cars move or anything this time. The only things that you do see move, the watermark stuff, which I deliberately made mine move with the others. My sentries, I made mine move with the others as a comedy thing. Anyway, you see us lose some information off this side where the frame has shifted. Yeah. There's some problem in the middle with the watermark. Where Grizzly's put her watermark, there's lots of problems here now. And this is serious problems. When I say serious problems, I mean serious problems. Not just like maybe it's the sun. You know, not just that. Right, where Ghastly's put her watermark, where Jizzy's put her watermark, we've got... Okay, these are the two frames. Before and after, yeah? Before, after. You see Nicola, apparently, Emma, move forward like that, and they lose the information on the left above my head. So Jizzy's watermark moves. But I said it moves, but does it? There, on that frame, where I put my mouse, look at the G for the Jizzy, yeah? It's like a 6. Okay, watch this. Move one frame. Is the 6 still there? Yeah. It's just underneath. Underneath my mouse. It's there, isn't it? That G is there. You can see it now on the first frame. And when I move the frame along one frame, the G is still there. All I've done, I should have done it live on camera for you just to prove it. And I can do it live on camera again in the future because I've got the original video and I can just show you again. I can start from scratch again and I can edit this and show you no interference from me. I haven't done this, you know, I'm not clever enough to do a pixel by pixel change here. All I've done is shifted one thing along. Look, see this, the G is still there. In the second one, where apparently I said earlier the watermark moves because she's watermarked it over the top. The watermark both moves and doesn't move. Doesn't it? You see that? Like, as I move on and she comes through the frame, she covers over that number 6, that G, that Jizzy. And as she moves through the frame, you now see Jizzy's number 6 here, further on than my mouse. Where's the Jizzy number 6? That's the Jizzy number 6, yeah? So watch me rewind. Right, can you see under my mouse there the Jizzy 6? You still can, can't you? You still can. Yeah? So as I pull it back, can you see the one to the left of it as well? The other number 6 that I said originally was there. Like, this one here, slightly bigger. Yeah, you've got two of the same number 6s now, two Jizzy 6. And then bang, as the frame jumps back, it's there, isn't it? That's there. The Jizzy number 6. See how the watermark moves over back onto itself. So there's two watermarks that don't line up. And as I bring it back, there's two watermarks and they do line up. Do you understand what I'm saying here? See what I'm saying? You had two watermarks that had lined up, overlaid exactly over the top of each other here. And as I move it along, they move out of sync. So that's weird. I don't like that. Somebody said they thought the bricks were brightening up and darkening. I don't know if it's the bricks or the watermark. Like, Armchair Detective said they were a CCTV expert. I don't think they are. They didn't spot this, and I'm not a CCTV expert, so I'd like to know what the fuck is going on there. Thanks very much. If there are any experts out there that can tell me what the fuck is going on there. Do the bricks change colour? Has one piece of footage been overlaid over the top? But, you know, like, you know, when you get to, they call it opacity, where you change the opacity and you can make it look like you can see through it. So you can lay two over the top. So if you laid two of these images over the top of each other, everything would be perfectly in the same place. They would line up perfectly. And then the only things that would appear to change would be the things that change, like where Paul is, or, you know, do you know what I mean? If you move around in the shot, you can lay one over the top, can't you? So somebody's been doing something like that. And it's grisly true crime that's got a problem in that one, because she's got two watermarks. Nicola appears to walk through the watermarks, through the two. The one appears to be still there on the. It was there. Look, there it is. That's the watermark. It's clear to see. I know why you've put a watermark on, because you've watermarked it, haven't you? Like I put send trees and fuck Armchair Detective. But when you move through it, would the video compression have that effect? I don't think so. I don't think it would have a like, it's like an after effect. It's still there. So I think that's because there's one piece of footage with the watermark on, and then, because remember what we're talking about is where it jumped. I fixed it so it no longer jumps. There's now no longer a jump there. The actual what you used to see is the whole screen move. Why did the whole screen move? Because someone moved it. Who's been moving it? Grisly True Crime, maybe? Because their watermark is there and isn't there at the same time. Like, it's hugely problematic. I mean, she might as well close her channel down as far as I'm concerned. I mean, what's going on? What's going on? Morning, everyone. Yeah, it's the morning for some. For me, it's very late at night. But this is not right. You've got two watermarks that move. Obviously, the one of them is over the top because, yeah, it's over the top, isn't it? So where's the other one gone? I don't understand enough. Maybe it's too late for my brain. You know, maybe I'll figure it out later. I didn't really expect to see it. You know, I didn't know what was. There's a bit of something in my water now. Put my finger in it, that'll make it cleaner. I'll just drink it, whatever it is. It'll be fine. A little bit of something. Let's come to the top now. The juice has gone in. The cordial's gone in. I mean, that is. I'm not wrong, am I? I might be wrong. That might not be Grisly True Crime's logo. I don't watch her enough to be really certain of that. I just, you know, I thought it is because it kind of says Grizzly. I think that's what that is. But when the Nicola figure, or possibly Emma, moves out of shot, and we go to the jumping frame, oosh, there it is in the light again. So the reason it brightens up is because there's two watermarks, one on top of the other there, and the other one shifts maybe, or is it two frames? I mean, that's really hugely problematic, isn't it? Grizzly's great, she does good shows. She uploaded this video that she doctored, and then in the video where she uploaded this, she said the reason she's uploading it is to prove Paul's innocence, because all these pictures, people think they're doctored. Well, this is doctored. Look at me showing you the proof. Really sus. Really sus. I'm not saying I don't know the answer. I just know it's really, really sus. Someone said to me that they thought these two bricks here change colour, or a dry patch here on Twitch, or Twitter it was. And I think that's could be true, or it could be the watermark. So we've got that. We've got that. I'm not, you know, as a person, I don't know her at all. As content, I've only watched a few of her videos where she seemed to me, and just seemed to me to be reading out the news. And I thought, you know what, I could just read this myself. That's really bad. So I fixed it, and I don't know why. If you're going to upload this video to your channel, you know, if you're going to show it, and you've got it in your editing software, because she's got it in the editing software, because she's put this stuff on it, this grisly true crime stuff. Why did she shift it? How did she allow it to shift? Why didn't she fix it like I did? See, I fixed it now so it flows. There's no jump in the frame. For all those that are arriving late, I'll quickly show you this. Go to the channel Send Trees, if you want to see these things.
Jasper, they're good.
If you want to see these things. Nicola Bulley full CCTV video.
Is your website bounced?
This channel is not monetized, but obviously, you know, thanks Google. This is the full video, so let me just turn off that, and you'll just watch the full video with the jump in it, yeah? Oh, see, it jumped then, and we all noticed it, and we said, what's that? Oh, that jump. So that jump, like I said, it involves the whole frame shifting along to the side. You will see it more if I leave my mouse in shot. So my mouse there will move apparently within the frame. Look, oh, see, my mouse is now under the car wheel, and now it's away, and now it's under, and now it's away, because there's a jump left to right in the shot. And when the jump happens, over on this side, there's a black bar. So that's either created in the editing software or while you record it. In the same way as I'm showing it to you now, and I'm changing it around, like moving it like that. Look, that jump might happen because I moved it. So someone's either recorded it and jumped, so they moved it, or they've done it in the editing software. We know Grizzly's been editing it because she's put a name on it. Yeah? So that's the original, apparently. The original. Not the original, the edited one that she uploaded and said. Anyway, this is... I fixed the jump. So I put my watermarks on it so Armchair Detective can't just steal it again, like he did with the edited Paul Ansel interview. But it's not just the jump for me now. Now we've got that. Like, so now what we've done is we've taken out the jump. Yeah? All I've done is, as it got to that jump there, see, that was the moment. And we're going to... When I fixed it, you can see the lines on the side change. So that's the moment where it fixed. But we noticed that as I fix it, instead of it lining up with itself and having all the information, some of the information is missing on the one side. So there's a problem in that. It looks like two different shots that have been, okay, they don't fit exactly, but we'll put them on top of each other, and then I'll cut off some of this one side, and then it'll all fit. You know, it's like a collage of shots now, the way I feel about it, the two different ones. Why would you change it as an editor? I don't know. You know, but I've got a huge problem with it, right? Something else now that's a huge problem. I just did in the edit, what I did in the edit, right? I should have recorded it and showed it to you. It's hard to do because it's on my Mac computer. But this moment where it appeared to jump, so I stopped it there and put cut, yeah? And then I moved to that next one where it appeared to jump, and I just pulled the frame back into line, you know, pulled it along so it, the actual spatially moved it into, so now you don't see it jump left and right because I fixed the left and right problem, yeah? You understand what I'm saying, don't you? I fixed the left and right problem. There's another really weird issue, which is fixing the left and right problem didn't fix the time problem. Understand what I'm saying here, yeah? Fixing the left and right problem didn't fix the time problem. From when we played the video and from when she played it on her channel, Jizzy True Crime, she pressed play and look, nothing happened for a minute. Press play. Nothing happens for a minute because I'm waiting for her to press play at her end when she's broadcasting it. I understand that, yeah? Nothing happened for a minute. So watch, I'll move out of the way. To be honest, I don't care about these tippies at the moment. I do care about them, you know, that's my life. But it's less important now. I need to get rid of my face as well. Where you see the play button down the bottom, so it's easy for you to see now. I press play, nothing happens. Now she starts moving, yeah? Press play, nothing happens. Now she starts moving, okay? So I could have edited off that first bit. I just removed it because it's waiting for her to press play. But she presses play, it moves. And then as she moves through the jump, now that I've fixed the left and right aspect, there should be just smooth motion. But there's not. There's almost like a pause. The rest of the frames have no pausing, no juddering, nothing like that. It's all smooth motion. So now when I move it through frame by frame, and I'm moving one frame at a time. So nothing's happening, nothing's happening. Now it starts moving, one frame at a time. Almost like slow motion for you, yeah? The full video in full screen, slow motion. One frame at a time. You can hear me clicking the button consistently. It didn't keep moving then though, did it? Now it's moving smoothly. You can see each frame. You heard my clicking of the button. Each time I click the button, we're moving 1 frame. So now I'm going to do it slower. This is a problem here, right? Watch this. This is a problem. There are bigger problems than this, of course, but this is a massive problem. So every time I press the button, and you can hear it, 1 frame, yeah? 1, 1, 1, 1, yeah? You got that? So as this character moves into shot here, did you notice it? I'm going backwards now. There's a frame problem. It might be because this was in 25 frames a second and then it got uploaded in 30 or something like that. It might be that. I'm not the CCTV detective, but I'm just the one who spotted that there we've got 2 frames the same. That and that. It's almost like she holds her foot for a second. Watch it. See, it's almost like she holds her foot for a second. And that's because there's not the smooth movement of every frame is movement. When you record someone who's moving at this pace, every frame is movement. Yeah? It kind of looks like there's a double frame there, but there's a slight move back and forward, you see? Back and forward. But here, in this frame, forward, nothing. Backwards, nothing. Forwards, nothing. Backwards, nothing. Forwards, movement. Backwards, nothing. Backwards movement. There's an extra frame in there. Or the movement person just paused slightly. But it reads wrong. So again, I'll show you this in full screen and, you know, have a look at that bit. Remember that, you know. You can't see it now, can you? Can you see it now? It's hard to see, isn't it? Because it's 1 frame. There's the jump. And it looks like part of her lumbering gait. But you wouldn't notice it. But it's there. There's 1 extra frame in that. As she passes over here. There. Backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards. Nothing happening, nothing happening, nothing happening, nothing happening. It's about 3 seconds. If you want to do it yourself on YouTube, then you open up this video and you can use your little, it's like the comma and the plus key. It looks like a little forward arrow and a backward arrow, and you can move frame by frame, and on that frame nothing happening. In fact, you get a bit more movement out of Grizzly's logo than anything else in this frame. There is a slight touch of movement in Grizzly's logo. I might be tripping, but nothing happening. Oh no, I wasn't moving it there because I wasn't pressing the damn it. Okay, that's me pressing the frame. There is something happening, isn't there, in that frame? Look, as I go left and right, you can see the Grizzly logo in the back of the boot. You can see something kind of happening. Can you see it? As I go back and forth there, back and forth. It's like something's happening in those pixels. A bit of blur, a bit of something. Something's going on there. A bit of blur, a bit of something. In chat there, Kearney says Nicola's got a very distinctive walk, walks like a farmer. You might be getting confused with Emma, who's got a very distinctive hench, feet out, Gumby man walk. We've never seen Nicola walking. If you know her, then that's great, but I can't go on what you say in chat because it's just someone saying something in chat. So interesting what you said, but this is not a video about Nicola's walking and Emma's walking. We've done videos about that, and I've got an extensive collection now on my main channel, Super Chuffer. In fact, I should make sure I put Super Chuffer in this video title somewhere, shouldn't I? How would I do that? Edit. At Super Chuffer. There you go. Have that. And down here, let's put it here as well. At Super Chuffer. Yeah. Save. Yeah, you make sure you get over there and have a good look at them. But this is wrong. This is not right. The entire image pauses for a second in that frame as her feet cross, and it's where they go over the Grizzly crime thing, and during that frame the actual Grizzly crime thing seems to move. There is some kind of in this area, some kind of change between the pixels there and there. More pronounced in this area here. You see it? It's like I've softened it slightly or unsoftened it slightly. See that? don't know how you create that accidentally or whatever. I don't know how that gets in there. I'm not the CCTV expert. Thank you very much. There's more. There's more. Let me bring my face back for a bit. I mean, how you going on this so far? Isn't this like really problematic? Kearney saying the salt marks. No, these are letters that Grassley True Crime. I'll prove it to you because I don't know why you're so interesting. It was so Kearney's interesting to me because they're so intent on proving this to be BS. But I'm just sort of bringing up what I see. It feels like you've got a vested interest in there, Kearney. Hello, Paul. Hello, Paul. Yeah, what am I doing is, you hi tonight, Paul? Listen, Paul, your best chance is to grass Emma up and grass her up now. Get her done for it, because you're not going to get away with it if you don't. Your only chance is to grass Emma up now. That's your best chance. She'll fuck up otherwise, and then you're going down. You know it, I know it, we all know it. I don't care either way, but it's up to you, Paul. Hello, Squirrel Sniper. Emma doesn't have that walk. No, we looked at it. Sorry, you can't tell me that. Let me show you a couple of things. See, you're doing it again, like weird. If you go to Super Chuffer and you go to the lives and you check out Nicola Bulley new CCTV red flags on that channel. Similar thing that we're doing here, but we looked at Emma's walk. We looked at a video of Emma doing a run. And we looked at how she moves and her gait. We looked at her foot placement, heel to toe. That's how you measure gait, and it looked the same. So you can't tell me that because I've already checked it on the video. I've got a video of it there on the channel, 20,000 views. And yeah, Ruby's right. The marks go over the foot. The thing is, there's marks that she goes past and almost underneath as well. There's like both, and it matches the same. What I was going to show you is that. Jizzy True Crime as well, wasn't I? Jizzy True Crime. She has PayPal me. There's a button up there. A website. Actually, it's not got a lot of this font on, is it? I thought it was like her font. So maybe I'm wrong on that. I see it there when it says Gisela K. It looks a bit like that there. Maybe I'm wrong on it though. I mean, what do you think it is then if it's not? Let me just quickly check this then. Bring this up. Let's have Firefox, and let's make this full screen. So what I can see there is the word Grizzly. I can see that. I can see it all there. Grizzly. Yeah. And then it goes on further. And it's above Licker's leg there. It's above her leg. There's this number 6, this G. I think I can't read it properly because of the problems in the image. Like there are more than these problems, of course. There are lots of problems, but that's a watermark Grizzly True Crime put on. Like there's no doubting that really. That's not what we're discussing. Look, the question is when it moves, when the frames disconnect, why is it still there underneath? There. As it moves, is that salt on the brick there? Because she puts her watermark exactly on it at the same shape and size. Then as it goes away and Nicola comes through the frame, why is it gone? Where's it gone now? It should be above Nicola still, because it's above Nicola in the frame, isn't it? Like this other one is when Nicola goes through the frame. So why has it got like that? Is so fucked up. Jizzy needs to like Jizzy. Are you watching? Can you explain that? It's on you now. Ball's in your court now. I might have to cut this, to show it to people. We're doing the Sunday service tomorrow. Don't know what's happening then. Listening to your messages, but this isn't acceptable. I know that we're not proper journalists, we're just YouTubers, yeah? So we're not beholden to any journalistic standards, really, are we? I can do what I want. I'm a YouTuber. You know, entertainment, having a bit of a laugh. And if I done a murder, then I can get, you know, it's not defamation, because nobody would expect that, you know, Johnny sitting on his Todd here in my bedroom doing my YouTube show has any great weight in Paul's world. You know, I'm not defaming him. It's not like I'm standing outside his work calling him a pedo. You know, I'm doing my little YouTube show. It's comedy. It's and all this. But then sometimes things get serious. And like, unlike what Jizzy's doing, Jizzy's like true crime on the internet. So it's about validity and being real and, you know, people trusting you. And she needs to explain this, because I don't understand how it works like that. I fixed the shift. I haven't overlaid them on top of each other. I haven't done that. I've just fixed the shift. I put where it jumped, I put it back into line. And then this happens. I didn't notice it before. It's always been there, but it's easier to see now because I did the fixing of the jumping. So that's the jump, and it makes it easier to see how the jump covers stuff. Put it like that. Without the jump, I didn't see this. Sorry, without the jump, I saw it better. So with the jump, I didn't see it. The jump covers that. It like hides it, but it's there. It's really sick shit. You know, I'll tell you something else as well, right? If I disappear off, you know, if they do come and murder me and it turns out to all be like, because there are some people right on the fringes who are saying like, you know, it's a psyop, it's this and that. And like, things like this, I can see why they say it, because this is just like, why have you done it? Like, I can't get my head around it, but it's really bad. And then, yeah, so if we turn this one off again. What have you got in frame there? Oh, it's the actual light itself. Got you. I use a light to make a green screen behind me. It's shining green, but you can see a bit of the light itself. That's an item that's actually in the frame. Don't get confused. You don't understand why she should edit it at all for any reason. Yeah, I originally thought the reason she put the watermark was because people like me, you know, we upload, re-uploads. I don't upload and re-upload. Sorry, when I say people like me, I mean the armchair detective rips people's videos and then uploads them as if they're his own. So in that world of true crime, I expect he's done that to other people in the past, and they're well fed up with it. So when you've got a juicy piece of gossip, you know, when you think you're the only one that's got the piece of information, which is weird because this is a CCTV of a missing woman, so you just want to share it as much as possible to get her found. Who was sitting on this? That's what I want to know. Who was sitting on it while Nicola was missing? Why would you sit on it and not release it? That seems sick as fuck. But someone had it, and they didn't release it. So absolutely just, you know, detestable that they did that. When it finally comes out, she doesn't want everyone to have her bit of juicy thing, so I thought she'd put a name on it. That's my thinking of the psychology. That's my thoughts behind that, but I might be wrong. You know, she might have put her name on for a different reason. And editing it, she said she edited out the license plates for obvious reasons, and she wouldn't tell us what those reasons were, but people assume it's so that Paul Ansell is not, like, so his identity is not known while he's driving around in his car. But if you see him, you'll know who he is. So I just think it's ridiculous. You know, it's not like people are going to be like, oh, that license plate, quick. Do you remember WXYR32AP? That's Paul Ansell. Quick. No, you're just going to like, it just seems ridiculous. She said she blurred out the number plates, yeah. And the bins are a strange one because there are still frames at the end of this thing. In the original, I say original. I'm repeating myself a bit here though, so why do they put so many adverts on the content that is not monetized YouTube? It's cheeky, isn't it? It's cheeky. But that armchair detective certainly monetized the video that he ripped off this channel, Send Trees. Yeah, look, see these bins have been blurred out with black here. These are still frames that appeared after the running of the video. In this still frame, there's a black bar at the bottom here, which is a real weird thing. Don't know how it's appeared there, where it's appeared from, this black line at the bottom. That's strange. And then someone has blacked out these parts here. The still frame includes the Grizzly True Crime logo. So she said she blurred out the license plates. In this still frame, the license plates are blurred, but with a different technique. They're black, blurring, different kind of blurring, adding black to make it more blurry. Whereas in the actual video, they're light, whiter, and there's no apparent black here. But it looks like what might have happened here is someone might have taken a piece, moved it, and then coloured it in. Like, taken a piece of this lid area and then moved it over and then blurred it over. So someone's tampered with it twice. Like, it's been proven. That first one's been tampered with. She's been sent this copy with the blacked out and the thing, and then she's tampered it herself again for some reason. It's weird, isn't it? Let's take what I'm saying, because I'm bringing new things to the table here, and this is really important. So we know that you've got this jump now, right? You want full screen again. Maybe I should just go on the other side. A lot of people are concerned with the numbers and down the right hand side, the bottom, the numbers, the timestamp and stuff like that. And there is a sort of big splodgy area that seems really inconsistent over there. But I think that's easy to fake, those numbers at the bottom. You know, in the same way as when we get this jump, look. See, when we get the jump, you have that bit at the left-hand side is cut off. There's information on the left that's cut off. There's that wall and right up to the drain pipe, and then bang, it's gone. So that bit on the left is gone now forever. Like, that's just a bit of a simple crop, isn't it? So if the numbers are down there on the bottom, I could crop off the bottom in the way I've cut off, in the way the left cuts off. I didn't cut the left off. It cut itself off when it jumped, remember? But I could cut off the bottom, and then I could put my own new numbers just over the top of it. It's just really easy. No one would notice. Like, a copy of a copy, no wonder the picture's terrible. Yeah, my version is also a copy of a copy, remember, because I had to watch hers, record it on my screen, and get it through. This has now been through editing software. When you're going through my editing software, there's no loss. I'm using the high-end shit. There's no loss. There's no degradation as I re-export it. Like, you're not looking at compression and shit, because I've been through Final Cut Pro. You're looking at the best possible quality. But at their end, it's certainly not the best possible quality. They even uploaded it in 720p, I think. Is this live? You're watching a live right now. This is not live CCTV. This is, I've taken the CCTV and fixed the jump. So that's where it used to jump, and now there's no left or right shift in the image, and we're able to accurately compare the two parts that jump. And here's something important. So I was saying at the start, it goes nothing, nothing, and then it starts moving, yeah? Because there's like a pause, isn't there? Nothing, nothing, and it starts moving. The video is paused. Someone presses play, and it starts moving. And we've got that bit there while I waited for them to press play, and then it goes, yeah? That happens at the start. Where this jump happens... See, the reason I showed you those other frames and the bit in the middle first is because I was talking about this one extra frame. This one extra frame. See this, look. When the jump happens, and you know the jump happens there because of the movement in the edges. You can see the edges have moved where I've shifted it. You don't see it shift because I put it back exactly where it's supposed to be. But it was shifting before. Before, there's these extra frames, look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There you go, 6. It starts to move. 1, 2, 3. If I go backwards, it's easier to see it, look. Stops moving there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's like 4 or 5 extra frames from there. And you see how her foot, watch her foot. This is where I see it the most. And again, this is like a huge problem. Like, this is not acceptable and under anyone's standards. I think if the police, you know, some people say, oh, the police are probably watching all this YouTube stuff. I don't know if they are or not or what. But if the police ever get to see this, like, you know, I'm not having a diss at the police here. I think the police have got a really hard job on. I think they're under-supported, underfunded. Like, imagine what the police are out doing this weekend, yeah? Like, they're probably out to mental health calls. They're probably out to people in poverty committing petty crimes because they're desperate, drug dealing and overdoses, like, all, you know, all sorts of shit, yeah? Like, people losing it when they're pissed up, all sorts of shit. They're not necessarily out there solving all the top important crimes because they're busy doing all this other bullshit, aren't they? And why is that? Well, partially because of the breakdown of society and partially because of the underfunding of other services. Like, we should have a dedicated mental health service that should go out to these incidents. Like, the police shouldn't be... Anyway, I feel sorry for the police that they get the rough end of the stick sometimes because I think it's a hard job. And, you know, if I wanted someone to help come and protect me, if my husband was going to murder me, I'd hope the police would. Anyway, look. You see my foot here? It stops there. I'm still pressing the button. Right, watch. You'll hear me pressing the button. So you saw that movement, jerky, problematic, yeah? It happens just before the big jump. She jerks, and then the jump happens, where the frames jump. As that foot goes down there, boom, now we're into this second shifted part of it, right? You'll see the black line on the right-hand side as that foot goes down. That's that moment it happens in the edit. So this is before it. With the boot and the doggy. Before it, after it. Yeah? Now, why is there this pause? In this moment, why the pause? So we've seen the foot. It's like the foot is pointing. I'll tell you what as well. I was looking at these feet. I was looking at Nicola's feet and Emma's feet. You know, we've been doing that in other episodes. Say Nicola's feet. We haven't looked at Nicola's feet in other episodes. We haven't looked at Nicola's feet. We haven't seen Nicola's feet, necessarily. This is supposed to be CCTV of her. Well, when she's doing the boot of this car, this figure that's doing the boot of the car, her feet, as she's pointing on her tippy toes to reach up to the boot, there, her feet point almost inwards of each other, and this one foot to the left. See the left-hand foot, it moves out and back and starts to point outwards as it moves round. This is forwards and backwards now, out and back and round, but as she puts it down, it's almost inward. And then this foot comes away, and it doesn't twist out and round like Emma's feet do until choom, when it jumps. Then it's twisting out and round and pointing outwards naturally. Choom, for that frame. But the frame before it almost looks unnatural in a way, doesn't it, for you to be moving your foot that's pointed forwards like that, to then suddenly twist your ankle round like that at the last moment before you put your foot down. Almost looks unnatural. To me, the footwear looks a bit off. That definitely looks like a boot there in that frame. Now we've shifted frame and the black line has appeared. That looks like a boot. But when you pull it back, the footwear doesn't look as booty to me anymore in these moments. I'm left really scratching my head about this. Now, look, as she leaves frame and the colours change in the frame as well, that I'm really left scratching my head about. Backwards and forwards now. Backwards. She leaves. Yeah, she's casting a shadow, but like the way these other bricks on the left-hand side all change at the same time as well. And it doesn't change all at the same time. It's almost like someone's... I'm going to move it backwards and forwards, right? And you can't see the... You can only just see her leaving frame, right? So I'm moving it backwards and forwards. But do you see how it's almost like someone's using the paint tool to sort of clean up bits and pieces as we move through the frames? And each frame that you move, you have to make it do a little bit more, and then around this edge bit, and then move it, and then do a little bit more, and then move it, and then do a little, and then move it, and do a little bit, and then move it, and do a little bit. Do you see what I mean? Move it and do a little bit. These two dark bricks, see how they lighten up? So those bricks change. Is that just Nicola's shadow as she passes over the bricks? Or do those bricks change? She's away now up to the car, by the way. And they continue to change and the whole frame gets more yellow. In a way. It's almost like a colour change happens between two frames there. I mean, I think if the sun changes the colour of the bricks, it happens on a really gradual shift. And it happens bright enough to reflect off other things in the frame otherwise. I don't see that colour shift elsewhere. Load the CCTV into Blender, put it into Edit, and then put an Opus Taurus around her. The trail line comes up automatically. Its animation lines have been left in. I don't know what that is, but Blender is moving animating. I know what you mean. Blender's animating a character on the like making computer game characters, isn't it? Yeah, isn't it her shadow? Some of it may be her shadow, but then some. Remember, if you're looking at doctoring an image, yeah, and like you're doing this so that you don't want to get caught, don't you think you should make it look like it's her shadow? So the issue with it being her shadow is when you look at the wider picture, and I've moved out the way for this, and so what I want to do is just take this, the big one, just make it a bit. Remember, this is very late at night for me now. Just want to make it a bit bigger so we can get a bit more of an image on it, but still have the wider thing in shot. If it's a shadow, yeah, then she's out of shot of the shadow, but like, see that change there? Like, how much of it... I understand her shadow when she's in near it and making a shadow like under her feet there. I'll tell you what I don't like as well, when you... I don't know if you can see this. Along where this line is here, on the north of this line, it seems to be one thing, and on the south it seems to be another. I can't quite describe what I mean. I just think on the north of... It's like a diagonal line here that I'm doing my mouse along. It's like a diagonal line, and up above it is a bit more soft, and below it is a bit more sharp. And above it is a bit more green, and below it's a little more blue. I'm thinking, like, is it possible these are lots of composite pieces? You know, are these composite pieces? Do they have to be... Does it have to be one big cut, or can it be layers and pieces? Can it be soft blurred between two? Can you lay one on the other and opacity change? You know? I'm looking at changes in the brickwork. And as she goes away, I see that brickwork underneath behind the car change. Like, it's almost like there's a jump in it. Let's play it really slow. Let's put it on slow. Settings, playback speed, 0.25. Let's just, you know, play it a bit. It happens after that jump. There's a... I don't like that. Like, if it's her shadow, why does it happen in... Okay, it happens over here. Watch. So her shadow is being cast. See, this kind of proves it's not the sun, yeah? Because her shadow is being cast in the direction of... Her shadow's been going this way. From this point here down this way, yeah? Her shadow's been going that way. We've seen it before. So this part over here is not affected by her or her shadow. And it is changing as we move through that frame there. Where my mouse is changing in darkness and brightness as I move through this frame. This frame here particularly. Now, that's not her shadow, is it? That's doing all that. Tell me if I'm right or wrong. I mean... Not all the bricks and everything is changing, but these bricks down the bottom are definitely not happy with. And these ones down here as well, I'm sus of these. Oh, that's changing. It's not changing like in one frame. Like the sun has not come out enough, smoothly enough in one... For one frame, how does that happen? And if this is sun... Why is the reflective car, because you're not seeing the roof of the car in this shot, but it is there in the bigger shot, that doesn't change. You know, there's no changing there. There's nothing else changing. I've been doing this shot in the edit. Yeah, I've been looking at it. I've been like poring over it. This is where I see the changing in this area. Not everywhere. Like even on the bricks that are just above my face here, there's no change. And you think the sun would be more general, wouldn't it? And just touch everything. It almost feels to me like, as she's moved through the frame, bits behind her have changed a little bit after. You know? It's damage to bricks due to weather. The bricks are all different, but in the frame between the two, they change colour. So bricks don't change colour due to weather, like, over 0.3 seconds. Because that's how much is being recorded there, 0.3 seconds. That movement, you can see the character at the top moving her leg towards the car and back. You know, it's in that amount of time that this is happening. and it's not a smooth change between the frames before, because if it's a shadow, then it's casting and moving now, and it's not. And then all of a sudden, boom, pop, it's gone. Pop, in and out, pop, in and out. It's like the path that she walked has suddenly changed. And I think someone was saying it in chat about Blender animation and pathing. It feels like, you know, it feels like the path that she walked has suddenly been changed. So that's major. We've got extra frames. We've got extra frames where she's in the middle of the logo. We've got the logo behind and in front of her leg. We've got extra frames over here where I feel you can almost say cut action. Like you might have original Nikki here. Original Nikki. And then it stops and then it goes. So there, original Nikki. We've got that bit in, original Nikki, and then cut. And then you stand exactly there. I don't know if this is right. You know, I'm not saying this is what happened. What I'm saying is it feels like this on viewing. You stand exactly there and action. Right, go. And then like we'll just move everything from there. Even where the blurring is happening on the car above me. Not me, sorry. Above this person here, this whiteness here on the car. That frame, obviously it changes because so does the tailgate. It moves up and down the boot. But is it all perfect? That between those frames? You know, does it all line up perfectly? The movement of the car, boot, and everything. Like, I don't know how much this has been doctored. Today on this one, I wanted to bring up, because what I did was I fixed the jump. So I wanted to bring up that I fixed the jump. And when I fixed the jump, it showed me that there's time. It's not just space that's moved. It's not just the camera frame moved along. It's that there's moments here. There's 5 frames. It's the longest pause in the whole video there. These frames. Backward, forward, backward, forward, backward, forward, backward, forward. No change, no change, no change, no change. Yeah? Change there and then there. Check it out. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's quite a lot, isn't it? Look. Move and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the next one. So it's 4 frames maximum. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 4 frames. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's not right. There shouldn't be 4 frames of pause in the video. No video has 4 frames of pause. If you're changing frame rates between 30 frames a second and 25 frames a second, occasionally you drop and gather a frame here and there. It happens regularly and irregularly. It doesn't save them up for 4 frames. There's no... I was watching it on live. Like, what happens to the clock at this moment, actually? That's what I should check, isn't it? I should check that. How do I get rid of this YouTube line? Oh, man, I'm never going to be able to get rid of the YouTube line, am I? Because at the bottom right... down there is this information where the thing, but YouTube puts its information on top, and if you're messing with the play button, like if I press play and let it go, there it disappears. You see what I mean? So now I've got to wait for the YouTube line to disappear, and if I try and move back in the thing, the YouTube line's going to be there. Okay, let's let it go from here and let's hope the YouTube line doesn't get in the way and hope that we get to see it. So it's not recording seconds. 12. It changed to 12, didn't it? 13. 14. Right, it is recording seconds. So there's seconds at the bottom. Go. 11. 12. 13. 14. Now it's a matter of counting the frames between the seconds, because it should be consistent frames per second. That's the whole point. But it might be inconsistent, like I said. If your camera is 30 frames a second and then you upload it at at 25 to, you know, there might be differences there. But I feel like there was too long on. We've got 10, 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12, 13, 14, 18. I don't know. maybe those seconds tick by at the right rate. It's hard to see and it's hard to know for me. So that's not, that's not my my thing here. The watermark shifting, Suki, go back and you'll have to go back and watch the full here. The watermark's not just, well, I'll just show it you one more time. It's not just the watermark shifting. It's much worse than that. It really is much worse than that. Check this out. Just get the watermark up nice and big for us. Let's go full screen on this. So you can see the G of the watermark there, can't you? You can see that in your picture there. You can see the G. And as she comes and walks through it, now you see the G shifted to the right because Nicola's walking, and where the image jumped and I fixed it, there, the black bar changes above my head when it changes. There, the black bar, yeah? So that's where it jumped and I fixed it. And so does, see, the watermark shifts, like you said, the watermark shifts, but it doesn't, does it? Does it? Because there's the G. You can see the watermark with the G there, the 6, the G above my mouse button. And then I move it. It's still there, isn't it? If you're looking close, you can still see that. And then as Emma moves through the frame, it disappears underneath her. And then you see it there over the top of her. So it's almost like it's actually on the pavement there, the original watermark, somehow. Somehow. You see this, you see it there, the number 6, Grizzly, you can see it. You can see it, I can see it, we can all see it. And then it moves, but it's still there. Almost as if it's on the actual, and the R is, it's all, it's not moved all of it, but then she's in the way of it. That's really fucked up. Somebody explain it to me, I don't know how it happens. But between there and there, I'm saying it exists on both frames there. And it's overlaid here twice so you can see it brighter. But when it moves, it's like hard to see because there's 2 versions of it, one shifted to the right. I'm saying there's 2 versions, one shifted to the right. But if that were the case, why wouldn't you see this original version over the top of Nicola here? Where is it? So what we've got is somebody's added the Nicola figure to footage that already had a watermark on it. Is that possible? I mean, in this frame, the boot that we're looking at, see this boot? You can see through it. Why is that? See, she picks it up and she moves it. And as she starts moving it, it goes invisible here. You can see the actual ground underneath through the boot. And this is because you've got an image on top that you're changing the opacity of, so like you can still see through, and underneath is the image underneath, isn't it? Like, this is just digital imaging messing about with it? Or is it because she's moving it so fast it doesn't pick up? And then on our extra frame that we've got here, there, that's an extra frame. If I count them, I'll count them as I go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Did you see number 5? It was the same as 6. Go backwards. That frame, that frame, that frame, that frame, that frame, that frame. These two are the same. Forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards. But they're not perfectly the same, because when I zoom in on it enough, I'm kind of repeating myself here, but when I zoom in on enough, Grizzly True Crime, what the hell are you doing? Yeah, what the hell are you doing? That's that frame, that frame, that frame, that frame, that frame, that frame, that frame. You see the difference there? There and there. There's a difference. As I move forward and back, one becomes slightly blurrier than the other. The pixels change. The light, there's a difference. Yeah, there's a difference. There and there. Come on, YouTube, stop messing me about. There and there. And there and there. And there and there. I didn't move that time. Fucker, YouTube. So you see the difference. You can do this yourself, right? You don't have to take it from me, because this video is on Send Trees on YouTube. Send Trees there. So you can go and have a look. Obviously, it's been edited now to fix it. Not to fix anything else. I didn't change the colour. I didn't change the speed. I didn't change the time of where the frames are or anything. I just took the one that had been jumped and I pulled it back, like physically, like you would be, like I can move it around now. Like this, like that. You know, the frame had jumped left and right. On the original had jumped left and right. So I fixed it. And when I fixed it, now we can see the problems much easier. I mean, it's horrific. That is horrific. Really bad. And yeah, that's what I've got, really. I don't want to, like... it's great that you're all here and stuff, you know. It's nice that you're all here. Throw me the likes. This is my B-side channel, so I'd like you to still be into it and stuff. But my main channel is Super Chuffer. So I better show you that, I suppose. I don't know if you don't know, better get to know. The main channel's at Super Chuffer. Look, Super Chuffer. And over there, I've got this playlist about the Nicola Bulley stuff. A full playlist with all body language analysis, red flags, CCTV analysis. The bloke who found her, he's a nutter. Did a bit of a look into his world. Got a bit of a playlist going on over there, but it's not just that. Do all sorts of other stuff on the lives over there, on the main channel. This is my B-side channel, and what we're doing tonight, late night like this, poring over CCTV, is not main channel stuff, but people need to see it. You know, people need to see it. There's loads of other stuff as well, right? It's not just those. Today I've just showed you the bricks down here. The change in general colour from green to blue. I believe there's a bit of a line here as well. Let me biggen it. I'm seeing it. I'm tripping now as well myself. Like what I'm seeing and what I don't know down myself. Okay, I'm doubting myself a little bit. But you see down here? Can you see like white there? And then up there. And then white there. It's almost like the pattern of the bricks has turned into just squares down here. Like someone's rubbed out black lines and drawn in black lines to make the brick pattern work. See what I mean? Looks like a bad grouting job or a bad cementing job. Should I get it up big again? Get it up big, mate. Yeah, love it when you get it up big. Video game music kicking off in the background now. Hopefully it's in the background for you. It's supposed to be relaxing. It's not relaxing me, it's annoying me, so let's change that. Damn it, come on. Always does this messing me about. Right. We're right down the bottom. That's what we want to be. Way, right down the bottom. Way, get in the bottom. Way. Has something happened between me and Armchair Detective? Yeah. Okay, so this channel that we're looking at now, my channel, this channel Send Trees, yeah? Send Trees, that you're looking at where you've got this CCTV video, because I edited it, sent it over to Send Trees so they could upload it. You know, I don't want it on my main channel, do I? But it needs to be up there so we can use it, look at it, so people on the internet can use it and look at it. It needs to be up there, yeah? The full CCTV and the CCTV that I fixed. I also took the great pleasure of recording all of the Channel 5 interview. It was in a program. It was like a 4-hour program or like, you know, an hour and a half program. So I'd recorded the Channel 5 interview. Yeah. Then what I did was, there's all these bits of the program in the middle that we don't want to watch. So I edited them out and I sewed together all just the Paul Ansell stuff. I sent it over to Send Trees to upload, because it's Channel 5's copyright really, isn't it? But sent it over to Send Trees to upload. They uploaded it there. So now the Paul Ansell interview in its entirety is available to watch on the internet. Yeah, somebody did all the work, me. It went on the internet. And then you go over to Armchair Detective channel. And you don't have to be an armchair detective to do this. On his channel, Armchair Detective, the real one. Yeah, you don't have to be an armchair detective to do this. You see that there's the Paul Ansell interview. And at the top of his upload of the Paul Ansell interview, it says here at the top there, that blue line, blue and white line. It's like a blue and white line at the top. Why on earth would his upload have that on it? I wonder. And then if I show you now what my screen looks like without the internet on it, that's my background, and that's it, and that's it. And that's my background. So when you look at the Armchair Detective video that he uploaded on his channel, you will see my background of my stream. Nothing says like, fuck you. Like taking someone else's video that they done worked on and uploading it to your channel like you're a prick. Right, there you go, that's my screen. There, look. There it is. So you can see it. We all know it. You know it. I know it. We all know it. Yeah. They ripped my video that I uploaded. Sorry, that I edited and Sentries uploaded. That's not monetized for them. They ripped it and uploaded it to their channel so they could get the views and the money. Their monetized one. So fuck them. Yeah. Isn't it? Like, it's not like he's commenting on it, using it. You know, you can, if anyone wants to, they can use it fair use and, you know, comment on it and talk about it, and that's what it's up there for. You know, video uploaded by Sentries, thanks. But if you're going to just play the thing entirety, then fuck you. Fuck you. Armchair Detective is that lazy. That's why he's the Armchair Detective. Can't get up. So fucking lazy. Shits in his pants. Would rather shit in his pants and have someone else clean it up for him. This is Armchair Detective, mate. Just totally ripped off. Totally ripped off. And didn't say, oh, do you mind if I upload this to my channel because I think it's important or anything like that. Did it for the money because he's a dick. And then if you go to Social Blade, and like, this is just fair enough because he did this. Like Social Blade, and you put in the Armchair Detective, the real one, yeah. Where are they now? Armchair Detective, the real one. And you look at their Social Blade stats, you can see that they're doing shit nothing, like nothing's happening for them. It's like, it's not going well for them for months. They had a big drop in September of 2021, big drop. They did something and they lost views. What that is they uploaded something, they got a lot of views on it potentially, and then it backfired. It was some, I don't know what happened in September 2021, but they got something wrong, so they deleted the video. That happened for them then, they deleted the video. That's what that is. And then you get this big boon of subscribers here for some reason, for something that's happening back then. And then look, oh, it's up again. Flatline, 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 and then up. So, feeding off Nicola Bulley, Armchair Detective. Yeah. I mean, my graph will look pretty similar, actually, to be honest. But, like, I'm not doing a true crime channel, so, you know, it's a bit different. Armchair Detective, that's them, anyway. Bit of a shit. Not happy with them. They need to apologise. If they don't apologise, then they are just a shit. But I'm going to say it in public every time someone brings it up. And now, when we upload to Sentries and we, you know, try and share things for people, we have to put a little watermark on because people like Armchair Detective can't be helped. Can't, you know, you can't, what are you going to do about it? It's just the wild west of the internet, isn't it? Who am I to be butthurt over that? It's just, you know, you asked, I'm telling you. So that's it. That's why, fuck Armchair Detective. Right, they owe me an apology. And also, the money. Like, the money, sorry, I forgot about that. They did make a bit of money. Whatever they made, they should give it to charity. Because fuck this. Like, you know, making money off someone else's video anyway. Channel 5's video anyway. Like, not adding to it or changing it or anything. They should give that money to charity. It's just disgusting. So yeah, I'm chilled. Don't care. You just ask me. So that's what I'm doing today. Is mainly it's the bricks. I've shown you the watermark thing that's problematic. I've shown you the added frames. The only thing I could say about the added frames, I should say something about them, which is that at the start you've got added frames because it doesn't start moving until now. So, okay, it's paused and then it goes, doesn't it? So maybe when you made the edit here, that added frames there, it's just where the edit is sewn together and, you know, two things you paused and then it starts moving again. Do you know what I mean? Maybe that's the edit there. Because everything stops, like the boot of the car stops as well, and almost seems to vanish in a way. You see, it's not happening, is it? That's behind the boot of the car. It's the white line behind the boot of the car vanishes, and the boot of the car. It's hard to see. You know, it's all very coloured similarly. You know, maybe I could focus on the boot more. Focus on the people have been saying in chat other things about, you know, other areas and the water. I've been focusing on these bricks down here, and these bricks down here, and this part here, and there's loads more to the frame. So there is loads more to find here still, I feel. Let me try and also make sure you've got the full frame there. You right, Holmes? My son? I know you're feeling poorly, aren't you? Come on. Holmes is not good. Holmes is not good, are you? I don't want you going out too much because you'll be worried if he goes out now. I don't know why the camera's turned off, the fucking stupid thing. I actually don't know why the camera's turned off, it's actually annoying. I don't really want to let you answer. What to say. If I'm honest as well, I'll tell you what, that cat, I don't want to, like, I'm on the B-side channel, so I suppose I can talk about it. It's just entering into my conversation, it's in my mind, but if this was a weekday, I might have considered taking him to the vet tonight, but because it's a weekend and it's Mother's Day, I think I might try and see if he'll see it through to Monday, but I think Monday's all he's got. I really don't fancy his chances, okay? And I'm at the point now where I'm worried about him going out, because I'd worry he'll go and hide under a bush and not want to come home. Please don't wow at me, Holmes. Staying in, aren't we? Yeah, you got your litter tray. Don't make me worry about having to get you back in. I know he's feeling rough, aren't you? Anyway, he's meowing at me now. I think that's the end of the episode now. Going to do the Sunday show tomorrow. Hopefully. The kitty's not good, actually, Lucy. I don't think he's good. Like, you know, we did the vet treatment thing. I don't think it brought him as much time as I thought. He's actually, I feel like he's suffering tonight. Not unbearably, but he's not comfortable and he's not happy. And he's not going to get any more comfortable or happy. So, like I said, I just want to get through tonight so that if I have to take him to the vet, I don't have to ring them up at 3 in the morning. Please stop me owning at me like that, Holmes, please. It's almost unbearable for me. Here he is, the little catty. Little fatty catty. Hey. He's still got some knife in him, look. Maybe I should just let him out. I mean, he goes in and out normally. You know, he goes in and out normally. I know. Do you know what? There's this. Yeah, I appreciate your sorries and stuff. I don't want to make it like I'm begging on the internet and, like, you know, bringing my personal feelings of. Like, I'm not here to use my. Like, do you know what I mean? It's not like I'm. Want sentimental. Do you know what I mean? I'm not like, yeah, but yeah. And so I'll do other parts of this video other times. You know, I'll go over and over this CCTV if we want. But I was just looking at those bricks today and fixing that bit. But yeah, I've been feeling quite upset today again. But I've now pulled myself together and feel a bit stronger about it. But it's when he's meowing at me like he's doing now. That's the problem, isn't it, Holmes? Because I tell you what, he's been meowing at me today. And for what? You've got your food, you're in, you're out, you've got your drink. I know it's because he's not comfortable. Don't I? I know, don't I, Holmes? I know. I don't like it either. None of us like it. He does usually go out once at the end of the evening, like now. But I don't want to let him out in case he goes off and then I don't know where he is for hours and I've got to try and get to bed now. So I put his litter tray in out the back and he can go in that. He knows he can go in it. But I see in his eyes, I see, like, there's something, you just know, don't you? You just know, you know. I know, I mean, he's been to the vet and they said he's got kidney problems and we can buy him a bit of time with this procedure, but it didn't seem to work very well. Yeah. Holmes, I know. Holmes, I know. Holmes, we've been through it again. I wish I could explain it to your son. We've been through it again. I'm going to go there with him. I'm going to take him, but I can't do it now at 3 in the morning. You know, we don't want to go at 3 in the morning now, do we, Holmes? Come on. Yeah, I'll have to go and deal with, like, yeah, donating out's a good choice, isn't it? If he's this poorly and sick and, like, on this end of things, if he goes out and I don't see him again, I'll never forgive myself, and I just can't. Maybe it's more for me than him, but I can't deal with it. But at the same time, I can't deal with this constant wowing, can I, son? Can't deal with that either. He saves it for me when I'm on my own with him at the weekend. You know, like it or not, it's a reality check. Yeah, I agree, you know. He's not happy, he's not best well, are you? So you just don't want to do it too early as well, do I? For me, it'd be almost a relief as well in a way, because I won't be going through it, will I? It'll be like, I'll have to deal with it and it'll be over, but it'll be over. But at the moment, we're dealing with it and we're going through it, aren't we, son? Come on, son. Keep wowing. Yeah, I got him a cuddle. I got him a cuddle. He wants to go out, I know he does, but once he's out, he won't feel any better. He's struggling out my arms there now. Or maybe I'm fussing over nothing. Maybe he goes out and comes back in an hour and he's fine. Well, not fine, but I can see his little tail twitching. He's lost a lot of weight and all that. You know, all the signs. And if my music is just game music in the background. If it was, it'd be easier if it was in the week and I had other family members here with me to help me along with it. But because it's the weekend and tomorrow is Mother's Day, my mom's gone with her boyfriend to see his mother. If he gets much more poorly, I have to just ring them up in the middle of the night and go, don't I? But it's extra costs and it's extra hassle, isn't it? It's like, I just wish he'd chill. I wish I could give him some chill. He might have a better day tomorrow. You never know. You never know. You never know. Anyway, I have to talk about it because he's there meowing at me, but this is not about the cat. This is not about the cat. This has been about this bit of CCTV. I'll be back to do more. I use the B-side channel for this because it doesn't feel like main channel stuff because it's 3 in the morning and I'm just poring over some brickwork. But yeah, down at this bottom part, have a look at that as well, see what you think. Tell me about it in your comments. I'm going to get off now and just, like, you know, deal with the cat. So you be good, and if you can't be good, you're naughty.